a lot of my work deals with identity and having multiplicity in persona and being able to tap into these different characters that express certain things. And right now I'm really focusing on this pop persona called Klypi, and their music deals a lot with what was previously stated, like trauma and heartbreak and sort of the absence of love, and trying to illustrate how this persona visually expresses the music, either by diverting from it and making something not so obvious, and or making something more clear. I think it's interesting to navigate both the spaces of an art world versus a music world, which I think talks more about entertainment. My strategy has been like try to analyze and sort of restructure from like kind of like pull back the frame and sort of reevaluate exactly how I was going to go about releasing all this music. Because what I had originally planned was like I was going to go on tour in April, and I was going to be in LA in May for a Maymester, and then I was hopefully going to network and like maybe play a show, and you know, like that's like so much I think of like what really gets, you know, an audience like excited is the live performance and the physicality of that I think that, you know, something else that I think differs is I've seen a lot of people like hustling doing the live stream as a musician, but then like they're just like like I don't know, maybe I'm just an elitist piece of shit, which I call myself out on a lot. Which is you're just playing. Like I need to be entertained. Like what else is happening? Like I feel like I can't enter into another space if like the camera's not, it's like kind of crooked and it's live streamed, but like I can't even see your face and I can just see the piano and like the audio keeps cutting in and out. And I'm like, okay, so like that's fine, and like we all know that you can play, but like why do you feel the need that like the way to engage because of our lack of ability to do something live in physical space is to go to the live stream? And you know, like again, I'm not saying that like that's a bad idea is to do the live stream, but I think, you know, I think it needs to be more strategic and considering of the cinematography, the lighting, the space, maybe even just getting one other friend to move the camera, or if it is going to be a still single shot, like thinking of some other sort of like setup to where it does become its own thing instead of just like documentation or evidence of the ability to like prove oneself.
No, that I feel
that's been a major difference.
Yeah.
Like seeing that sort of like because I haven't done a live stream yet. Like I imagine like I will inevitably find myself doing something like that where it is a performance, but it needs to consider the performance instead of just playing the songs.
You know, for years there have been creatives using the virtual and digital platforms to really try to figure out how to do creative, unique things specific to the digital space. And in light of now everyone moving their stuff to the digital space, and not only kind of, you know, creates a lot of like white noise, but it also, you know, further affects and to its detriment the really creative things that have been happening. And I feel what you were just speaking to is exactly that problem. Like okay, well, let me just get my music out there so people can still engage with it. But are they really getting to engage with it in something that's meaningful, that really allow, you know, even the simplest, you know, budgetary moves or ideas but the creativity is being lost in trying to get the product out there so quickly.
Yeah.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
it's because like the hysteria of the fact that we can't go out and see people in real life. Like, I mean, I think again, like that's probably where I'm gonna be able to like get the majority of people to be interested in my music is the live show, because like that's where I get so much fulfillment as an artist. I mean, not only the recording, like yeah, that's really important, but like being able to share that and be the character and express those things through pose and voice and agitation.
Mm.
Another thing that's made me feel really weird about this whole experience is the ability to like switch. And maybe this is a good practice that I should be more aware of. Sorry, this is just coming to me right now. The ability to switch modes in an instant in the same exact space. Like I'm performing different than what I was, you know, before I jumped on the Zoom call because I'm in my room putting on lip gloss and singing to myself. Like that's a totally different headspace than right now than versus going to like a Zoom party, then, you know, like maybe going into a practice space and then maybe also doing like video content. Like those are different modes that you have to sort of switch in the same space, which I think can be really difficult, especially when like different spaces tell you how to perform. They have like a code, and now like the code is one that you have to set up yourself because you're just in your house. And that's hard to switch, like, okay, now I'm going to do this thing. Okay, well now I'm entering this space. And so that's been really difficult for me because they're all washing into the same, because they're all in the same space, which is my house. I don't know if anybody else has been dealing with that, like having to switch brain modes.